Hello, this is Mahtis from Handbook Germany, and today I'm here to talk about something you may have already heard about, Ausbildungsduldung. Ausbildungsduldung, in fact, is an opportunity for rejected asylum seekers and those with a Duldung to secure their long-term stay in Germany by doing a vocational training. So this is how it works. As a rejected asylum seeker, if you manage to find a spot in a qualified vocational training program, which goes for at least 2 years, and this is important, then you're going to be able to obtain an Ausbildungsduldung, which is valid for the entire time you are doing your vocational training. Afterwards, if you manage to find a job in the same field, you're going to be able to obtain a residence permit, which is valid for 2 years. Now, you can extend this residence permit if you continue to work. This scheme altogether is called 3+2 Regelung, or 3+2 regulation. Now, to apply for an Ausbildungsduldung, there are 4 requirements that you have to meet. First of all, your asylum application must be rejected. So if your asylum application is still ongoing and you are in your procedure, you can't apply. Second, you need to find a spot in the training program. So this is on you. Third, you need to prove your identity, or at least show that you've tried to obtain a passport from your embassy, but you did not succeed. And last, you need a work permit, or if you don't have a work permit already, you should be able to obtain one from Ausländerbehörde. 2 groups of people won't be able to get an Ausbildungsduldung. They don't qualify for it. First are those whose deportation is already planned. So if you're a rejected asylum seeker and Ausländerbehörde have already planned your deportation, you cannot take part in the scheme. You cannot apply for an Ausbildungsduldung. And second are those who are convicted of serious crimes. Now, we're not talking about small fines like those you may have to pay when you ride U-Bahn or S-Bahn without a ticket. We are talking about serious crimes. So if you meet these prerequisites, you can go to our website, find the template, fill it, send it to Ausländerbehörde, and wait for their reply. You may have some other questions. What if I start vocational training, if I take part in one of these qualified vocational training programs, but after a while I notice that I'm not happy and I prefer to take part in another program, for instance? You have the option to drop out, but keep in mind, you have 6 months to find another qualified vocational training. Otherwise, since your Ausbildungsduldung is not valid anymore, you may be deported. Another option, another frequently asked question is, what if I take part in these programs, but I fail in the final exam? Don't worry about that, because you're going to be able to retake the exam later, and your Ausbildungsduldung is also going to be extended accordingly. So as long as you have to stay in the program to be able to take the next exam, your Ausbildungsduldung is going to be valid. So after you finished your program successfully, you took the final exam and you passed, then you're going to be issued another 6-month-long Duldung. During this time, you have to search for a job, and this is very important, in the same field you've been trained. After you've managed to find a job, which means you won't need any kind of financial support from the state, you need to be able to speak German at level at least B1 or higher, and you need to have a place of living. This could be an apartment, it could be a shared room, and if you check these boxes, then you're going to be issued a residence permit, which is valid for 2 years. You eventually would be able to extend this residence permit as you continue to work, and then you can apply for a permanent residence permit and maybe German citizenship eventually. As always, if you have any other questions, you can check our website, handbookgermany.de.